Tanong Miss Acosta, what gave you the confidence? Ano ang nagbigay sa inyo ng lakas ng loob na ibigay ang buong 125 million kay Colonel Lachica, considering that he is not the accountable officer? Because it is you who is the accountable officer.
May approval po kay Ma'am Inday Sara.
And without the approval of the Vice President, will you give that to Colonel Lachica?
Hindi po.
Gusto ko pong maawa sa inyo kasi while you entrusted the entire amount of 125 million to Colonel Lachica, who is not an accountable officer at all, I hope you realize, kayo po ang mananagot sa buong 125 million. Are you aware of that?
Yes, ma'am. Aware po ako.
Tama po bang sabihin na kaya walang lumulutang na Mary Grace Piatos ay dahil ang totoo, wala naman talagang Mary Grace Piatos? Tama po o mali?
Yun po ang answer
Tama
po,
po o mali, Miss Acosta?
Siguro, tama po yun, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam Vice President.
Thank you, sir. Miss Acosta has been crying since this hearings started because of her fear and a lot of other things. Can we just give her some air?
Muling humarap si Vice President Sara Duterte sa Kamara sa pagpapatuloy ng ikapitong pagdinig ng Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability kaugnay sa investigasyon ng kanyang confidential funds. At sa unang pagkakataon ay nanumpa na rin sa wakas si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ngunit sa pagpapatuloy ng investigasyon, hindi nakadalo si OVP Chief of Staff Zulaika Lopez sa pagdinig noong Lunes, November 25 dahil sa acute stress disorder. Pero pagtataka ni House Deputy Speaker JJ Suarez,
totoo po na meron po siyang certificate of confinement. Kaso lang hindi po naman po sinasabi dito ng kanyang mga doktor na hindi po siya physically incapable of attending today's hearing.
matapos ang mainit na palitan, nilapitan ni Vice President Sara Duterte si Representative Joel Chua, chairperson ng House Good Government and Public Accountability, sa isang recess ng pagdinig ng committee noong Lunes, November 25, 2024. Inirereklamo ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte na wala silang kakamping kongresista sa pagdinig ng House Blue Ribbon Committee sa issue ng OVP at DepEd confidential funds. Saad ni Vice President Sara, hindi sila maka-point of order para questionin ang mga katanungan sa komite. Iyan ang ipinunto ni Vice President Sara nang lapitan nito ang mga leader ng House Blue Ribbon habang nakasuspende ang interpelasyon. Sa ikapitong pagdinig ng komite ngayong Lunes, November 25, tinanong ni Batangas 2nd District Representative Jervie Luistro si Gina Acosta kung sino ang tumanggap ng 125 milyong pisong halaga ng confidential funds ng OVP na kanilang pini-encash sa Land Bank of the Philippines, Chow Boulevard Branch noong December 20, 2022. Direktang pinangalanan ni Gina Acosta, Special Dispersing Officer ng Office of the Vice President, si Vice Presidential Security Group Commander Colonel Raymond Dante Lachica, na siya di umanong kumukuha ng lahat ng confidential funds na kanilang na-withdraw sa bangko na ngayon ay iniimbestiga ng House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability. Inamin ni Acosta na si Lachica ang tumatanggap ng pera sa utos di umano ni Vice President Sara Duterte. This is a very significant job because it entails a lot of trust and confidence because you are the one in charge of taking custody of the huge amount of money, right? As a matter of fact, to ensure the fidelity of this money, you are required to issue a fidelity bond, right? Tanong ni Luistro sa opisyal na paulit-ulit na itinuro si Lachica. Then, why do you keep on pointing to Colonel Lachica? Muling hirit ni Luistro kay Acosta. Ipinaliwanag naman ni Acosta na si Lachica ang gumagawa ng mga plano kung saang programa dapat ilaan ang confidential fund. Aminado naman si Acosta na siya ang gumagawa ng mga accomplishment report at sertifikasyon sa confidential funds, bagamat hindi nito naberipika ang nakasaad sa mga dokumento kung saan inilaan ang pondo. Sinabi rin ni Acosta na nagsimula silang bumili ng mga vault nang magkaroon sila ng confidential funds noong 2022. Saad pa niya na mula sa bangko ay dinala nila ang pera sa opisina ng OVP at iniwan niya sa isang extension room kung saan siya lamang daw ang may access. Nang tanungin ni Luistro kung paano ginastos ang pera, sinabi ni Acosta na wala siyang alam. Hindi raw kasi direktang ibinigay sa informant at iba pang recipient ng Special Dispersing Officers ang confidential funds, kundi sa designated security officers. Sa kalagitnaan ng pagtatanong ni Congresswoman Attorney Jinky Luistro, tila nanginig, di nakasagot ng maayos at tumaas ang blood pressure ni Gina Acosta at ito'y isinugod sa Veteran Memorial Medical Hospital. Ating panoorin ang buong video.
Mr. Chair, while you are suspended, may we respectfully request that all the employees of the Office of the Vice President sit together so that we can easily confer with each other, because the other employees are quite few seats away from us. So we want to sit together so that we can confer easily with each other. Please, thank you.
Point of order, that's the second highest motion. So he has to respect it, the point of order of, no. You don't move.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair?
The point of order is the second highest motion in the House.
May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair,
The point of
Congressman
order,
Apop is recognized.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Marcoleta, Mr. Chair, I think we might as well agree to disagree with one another here. Bago po tayo magpatuloy. Di po ba?
Yes, I agree, Congressman Apop.
So, we follow our rules. The Honorable Marcoleta is a member of this Congress, so he knows the rules and he is obligated to follow the rules. Otherwise, he'll be declared out of order and be taken out of this room. So, for all of us, members of Congress, let's follow the House rules. That's why they are there, for orderly proceedings. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Apop. We will now proceed to the next item in our agenda. Wala na po
Mr.
tayong...
Chair, respectfully, may I say something?
Yes, Honorable.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Honorable Vice
Mr. Chair.
President, before I recognize you, would you like to take your oath?
Yeah.
I
Mr.
will only
Chair.
recognize you if you will take your oath.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do this.
Please administer the oath of the Honorable Vice President.
Your Honor, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this inquiry, so help you God?
Yes.
The oath has been administered, Your Honors.
Thank you. I will recognize you now,
Okay.
Honorable Vice President.
Yes. Mr. Chair, the position of Undersecretary and Assistant Secretaries and other appointed positions are positions of trust and confidence by the appointing authority. The resignation letters of the USEX and the ASEX of DepEd were accepted by the appointing authority. And who is that? Mr. Chair? The President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Yes.
It is not the Secretary of the Department of Education. So you ask the President of the Republic of the Philippines why he accepted the resignation of the USEX and the ASEX.
What is the point, Honorable Vice President?
Ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, bakit nyo kine-question ang due process? Tanungin nyo ang appointing authority, bakit niya tinanggap ang resignation letter?
Madam Vice President,
Yes, sir.
we will, wala pa po tayo dun sa usapin na yun.
Sa anong usapin,
Later po sa binabanggit po ninyo.
Sa anong
Wala pa
usap-
po tayo sa period of interpellation. Bubuksan ko pa lamang po ang period of interpellation.
Yes, sir. Nandun na kayo sa topic. Hindi po tayo nag-i-interpellation
Madam
ngayon.
Vice President, nag-uusap po muna ang mga miyembro.
Yes,
so,
sir.
please do respect. Yung
Yes,
mga,
I am very respectful. I am dovetailing from Congressman Marcoleta. The appointing authority is the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Why are you questioning due process in a discussion of resignation of USEX and ASEX?
Wala pa pong nagtatanong about that, Madam Vice President.
Sir, kinontempt nyo
Madam-
Sir, dinetain nyo na yung tao for due process.
Madam Vice President,
Sir, nasa loob ng detention ang tao because you questioned due process. Asaan ang explanation ng due process ninyo doon? Nasaan?
Madam Vice
Tinanong
President,
kita kanina. I'm sorry, sir. Tinanong kita kanina, sino ang appointing authority? USEC ng ASEC. Anong sagot mo? Secretary. Hindi mo
pa po-
alam.
Hindi pa po ako nagsumasagot.
Hindi mo. Nakita kita, sumagot. Camera. Kita kita sumagot. Sinabi mo,
Mr.
Secretary.
Chairman, motion to
Hindi
suspend.
ninyo alam
for 5
lahat.
minutes.
1
Five
minute
ang
minutes.
reset.
nag-a-appoint
One
ay
minute
President.
suspension is declared by the chair.
Can we observe, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair.
May I be allowed?
Yes, Madam Vice
Yes.
President.
You need to reconsider that extension of your detention. It was illegal in the first place. You asked the President why he accepted the resignation. Do not ask due process.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Paduano. Congressman Nakop.
Mr. Chair, Madam Vice President, if you have any question insofar as the actions of this committee are concerned, I think the proper remedy is for you to go to the court.
Sir, I will go to court.
Opo, pero
Oo,
that is
pero
where-
araw-araw, you are depriving a person of her liberty while I await
That is precisely the point, ma'am.
the...
If our action of detaining your chief of staff is against the law, I think the proper remedy, and I think you're a lawyer,
Yes, sir.
the proper remedy is to go to the court.
Sir, do you really want to show the Filipino people kung anong kaalaman ninyo sa batas?
Ang sinasabi ko lang po ay sundin
Oo.
po natin yung batas
Kaya
dito
nga,
sa
sir,
House.
sundin natin yung
Kasi
batas.
nandito po kayo dito sa bahay ng Kongreso.
Yes, sir. Sundin natin yung batas. Why will you penalize, punish Yusek Lopez for an act of the President?
Madam Vice President, that is the decision of the committee as a whole. Sana po respetuhin po ninyo.
Yes, sir.
Kung meron pong
Okay.
remedy, alam naman po ninyo bilang abogado na tama po yung sinasabi ni Congressman Akop, pwede po tayong mag-file ng relief sa court.
Okay, sige, sir. Tinutulungan ko lang kayo, sir, kasi napapahiya ang Pilipinas. Ganito ba ang House of Representatives? Tinutulungan ko lang kayo.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Vice President.
With all due respect,
Yes,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
Mr. Chair, I move that we
Deputy
strike
Speaker
out. Yeah, I move that we
Suarez.
strike out that last comment said about the House of Representatives. I don't think that is warranted. Neither is it fair to make statements such as that. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
And Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
may
Congressman
we
Dan
remind all the
Fernandez.
resource persons to address the chairman kasi nakakawala po ng respeto sa committee na to kung hindi po natin i-address ang chairman. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
I wish to direct my questions to Ms. Gina F. Acosta. Ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, ma'am. Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair. At sa lahat ng mga congressman na nandito, maayong hapon sa inyong tanan.
Thank you po, Ma'am Gina Costa.
With the permission of the chair, Ms. Acosta, taga saan po kayo?
You're recognized, Ma'am Gina Costa.
Taga Davao po ako, ma'am.
And would you confirm that you were born and raised also in Davao?
I was born in Compostela, Davao del Norte po.
Yes. And prior, of course, you confirm that you are the Special Dispersing Officer of the Office of the Vice President. You confirm that?
Yes po, ma'am, I confirm.
Prior to your appointment as SDO, saan po ang trabaho nyo?
Sa Office of the Vice President po, under sa Office ng Chief of Staff.
Prior to your appointment in the Office of the Vice President, where were you appointed or where did you work?
Sa City Government of Davao po.
And can we be enlightened, Ms. Acosta? Ano pong naging trabaho natin sa LGU of Davao?
Ang trabaho ko po ay, ang aking position ay Supervising Administrative Staff doon sa City Budget Office. And then, anong tawag nun?
You said supervising administrative staff in the budget office. Tama po ba?
Opo, ma'am.
May we know what salary grade is that?
Salary grade 22.
Salary grade 22. Ito po ba ay department head position na?
Ay, sorry ma'am. Assistant po.
Assistant
Oo.
department head. And how long did you work in the Davao City LGU?
Nag-start po ako 1996 sa Sangguniang Panglungsod po. Then after 3 years, nalipat po ako sa City Hall of Davao.
1996, you were working at the Sangguniang Panglungsod.
Opo, ma'am.
Who was your vice mayor during that time?
Si Vice Mayor Lois Bonggoyan po.
So that was 1996. After this, what was next?
Nandoon pa ako sa Sangguniang Panglungsod. And then, nag-apply ako ng promotion na ilipat pa ako sa City Hall of Davao. Yun yung sa City Budget Office. And then, after City Budget Office po, anong tawag?
If I may interrupt, ma'am, while you were at the City Budget Office, sino po ang ating local chief executive or mayor?
Si Ma'am Inday Sara Duterte po.
And after the City Budget Office, you were saying you were transferred?
Naano lang ako, ma'am, ano yung tawag nun? Ma'am, pwede po magpatulong ako sa aking abogado?
Mr. Chair, can we please inform our resource person that the participation of the lawyers is limited only to assisting?
Legal advice.
Opo. Tawag doon, hindi na transfer na details po ako sa City Administrator's Office. Details po, ma'am.
From City Budget Office to City Administrator's Office, were there other positions in the LGU Davao that you assumed? May iba pa po ba kayong naging trabaho after the City Budget Office and the City Administrator's Office?
Ako po ang SDO po.
SDO po
ng confidential din po.
Are you referring to LGU of Davao City?
Yes po.
You are saying that you were the Special Dispersing Officer of Davao City Confidential Fund.
Yes po.
Can you please enlighten us, ano pong inclusive period nung City Budget Office? As far as you can recall.
Yung na-employ po ako sa City Budget Office, ma'am. 1996.
Inclusive period, ma'am. From what year to what year?
Di ko naman maalala, ma'am. Sorry po, ma'am.
Okay. How about the administrator's office? Can you still recall?
Yes po, 20... 2020 20, 2016 or 18
2016 to
to 2022 of June.
2022 of June.
Tama ba?
But you mentioned a while ago that you work as well as the Special Dispersing Officer of the Voucher City Confidential Fund. So if you are saying that from 2016 to 2022, you are at the City Administrator's Office, ano po yung inclusive date na SDO naman kayo ng Davao City Confidential Fund?
Ang maalala ko, ma'am, the last 3 years po, bago po ako nagpunta sa Office of the Vice President po.
So is it safe to say that from 2019 to 2022, kayo po ang Special Dispersing Officer ng Davao City Confidential Fund? Would you confirm that?
Yes, ma'am.
2019 to 2022. Nonetheless, yun pong pagiging officer nyo sa City Budget Office, kailan po ito nag-umpisa? Your first employment at Davao City LGU is Sangguniang Bayan. Tama po?
Sangguniang Panglungsod po.
Can you please give an approximate year? Kailan po ba itong City Budget Office?
1996, 1999. Di ko masyadong matandaan, ma'am. Basig, sorry, nagbisaya ako po.
Approximate year lang, ma'am.
1996, 97, 98.
Reasonable guess.
Mga, kasi nag-start ko sa Sangguniang Panglungsod is 1996.
Was it after the
97, 98. 99 yata, ma'am.
1999? Okay. Let's assume from 1999 to 2022, you work as city budget in the City Budget Office, followed by the Administrator's Office, and then to be particular from 2019 to 2022, kayo na po ang Special Dispersing Officer of the Davao City Confidential Fund. You confirm, ma'am?
Yes po, yung mayor po si Ma'am Sara Duterte.
But you will confirm also, Ms. Acosta, that during your time in the City Budget Office, ang atin na pong Vice Presidente ang inyong mayor? Because you said a while ago, it was the Vice President who was the LCE during that time. Tama po ba? At least can you confirm, noon po bang nasa City Budget Office kayo, sino pong mayor?
Si Ma'am Sara Duterte.
Ang atin
Si
pong
Ma'am
Vice
Sara.
Presidente.
Opo, opo.
Okay po. Noon pong nasa Administrator's Office kayo, sino po ang mayor?
Si Ma'am Sara Duterte po.
Si Vice President din po. How about when you work as SDO of the Confidential Fund of Davao City? Sino po ang mayor?
Si Ma'am Sara Duterte po.
And of course, you understand that SDO or the position of SDO is a very significant, confidential position that requires utmost trust and confidence from the LCE. Tama po ba?
Tama po, ma'am.
And is it correct to say also na satisfy po ninyo yung standard na required ng ating Vice Presidente during the time that you were in the City Budget Office, during the time that you were at the Administrator's Office, reason why you were entrusted this position of becoming the Special Dispersing Officer of the Davao City Confidential Fund. Tama po ba?
Yes po.
Because otherwise, kung hindi po kayo pinagtitiwalaan ng ating presidente, this entails huge amount of confidential fund. I believe na hindi po kayo i-appoint bilang Special Dispersing Officer.
Yes po.
You confirm that?
Yes po, ma'am.
After your appointment and employment as SDO of Davao City LGU Confidential Fund, ano pong sumunod na dito? Dispersing
Po
Officer.
ako sa Office of the Vice President, ma'am.
Sa tingin niyo po kaya, Ms. Acosta, what is the reason kung bakit ipinagtiwala po sa inyo ng ating Vice Presidente ang pagiging Special Dispersing Officer ng OVP? By the way, Ms. Acosta, kung yun pong 2019 to 2022, your position as SDO specifically pertains to confidential fund of the Davao City LGU, that's what you said earlier. Ano naman po itong pagiging SDO nyo sa OVP? To what particular fund were you appointed as the Special Dispersing Officer?
Sa confidential funds po.
Confidential fund din po. Tama po bang sabihin that with your length of stay in Davao City, bilang Special Dispersing Officer Confidential Fund, somehow, na-master nyo na kung paano i-utilize ang confidential fund?
Na-master gamay, ma'am, pero sa ako ang edad, murag, ang uban din na nako ma-recall.
Mr. Chair, I lament that the people will not understand
Meron
what...
po bang marunong
Ma'am,
mag-translate?
ma'am po, pwede po paulit? Parang
Pakiulit po
Kabalo
ninyo
ka,
yung
Bisay,
inyong binanggit.
Okay po. Ang pangutana ni ma'am kay sa kadugay-dugay na nako na nagiging SDO, kabalo na ba ako, na master na nako ang pamaagi o unsa ang trabaho sa SDO. Tama ba, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, yung tanong daw ni Kong Jinky, sa tagal daw ho niya ng SDO, alam din ho daw niya kung ano yung pamamaraan at pagtakbo at trabaho ng SDO.
Miss Acosta, saan po kayo mas komportable? Tagalog or English?
Mas Tagalog, ma'am. Usay ma-mix po ng Bisaya po, ma'am.
Aya. But I hope you will try your best to speak in Filipino,
Yes,
in Tagalog, so the people will understand us. Pwede po ba?
I try my best, ma'am.
Pagsikapan po natin. At dahil na-master nyo na po kung ano dapat gawin bilang SDO ng Confidential Fund ng Davao City, kayo po ba'y naniniwala na yung inyong karanasan at tiwalang ipinagkaloob sa inyo ng ating Vice Presidente nung kay SDO ng Davao, ito din po ang dahilan kung bakit kayo inappoint bilang SDO ng Confidential Fund ng Office of the Vice President?
Sa tingin ko po, dahil po sa trust and confidence ni Ma'am BP, ma'am.
Yes. Ma'am, ano po sa pagkakaalam nyo ang trabaho ng isang Special Dispersing Officer?
Ang pagkakaalam ko, ang trabaho ng isang disbursing officer ay siya po ang in charge to disburse the amount and therefore accountable po siya.
In addition po sa disbursement, ano pa pong naaalala nyo na isa sa mga pangunahing trabaho ng SDO?
Siya po ay isang accountable person.
Accountable person. Would you agree with me? Kayo ho ba'y sasang-ayon na bilang SDO, kasama po kayo sa gumagawa ng financial plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Sasang-ayon din po ba kayo bilang SDO? Kasama din po kayo sa preparation ng liquidation report?
Yes, ma'am.
Bilang SDO, kasama din po kayo sa certification kung saan ginamit ang confidential fund?
Yes, ma'am.
At bilang SDO, kasama din po kayo sa preparasyon ng ating accomplishment report. Tama po ba?
Ang accomplishment report po, ma'am, ay magbe-base po ako sa aming...
But nevertheless, Ms. Acosta, kasali po ba kayo dun sa gumagawa ng accomplishment report?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Ang na-mention ko po, Ms. Acosta, is the entire process of utilization. It starts with the preparation of the financial plan, tapos susundan po ito ng disbursement. Under the disbursement, dito po tayo nagkakaroon ng encashment of check. And after the encashment of check, after the utilization of the same, papasok po yung liquidation of report, and then the certification that the same were utilized properly. Pagkatapos may isasubmit din po kayong accomplishment report. What I said, Ms. Acosta, represents the entirety of the utilization process of confidential fund. At ang nangangahulugan po, Ms. Acosta, alam nyo, simula umpisa ng proseso hanggang katapusan kung anong nangyari doon sa confidential fund. Tama po ba?
Sa trabaho ko ngayon bilang SDO, ma'am, ang aking nalalaman po ay pag nakuha ko na po ang pera, kasi may information po ako na ibigay ko po
Sandali
sa aming
po, Ms. Acosta, ang atin pong katanungan ay simula po sa financial plan, disbursement, liquidation, certification, accomplishment. Ito na po ang kabuuan ng proseso ng paggamit ng utilization fund. Which means, dahil kasali kayo sa lahat ng ito, alam nyo kung anong nangyari sa confidential fund ng OVP. Tama po ba?
Tama po, ma'am.
Okay. May I request the Secretariat to please flash the disbursement voucher?
Comsec.
Question, Ms. Acosta. Who gives instruction for the preparation of disbursement voucher?
Si BP po.
Let me go back to the financial plan first.
Yes po.
Who prepares the financial plan?
Ako po at ang aming designated security officer.
You are the one, along with the security officer, who prepares the financial plan. Who then approves the financial plan?
Approved by the head of agency.
And the head of the agency is?
Ma'am BP Sara po.
Okay. Now we go to disbursement voucher. Who gives instruction to prepare the disbursement voucher, ma'am? Sino po ang nagbibigay ng instruction para gawin ang disbursement voucher?
Pag nirelease na po ang SARO, mag-instruct po sa akin ang head of agency na pwede na po mag-prepare ng disbursement voucher.
And the head of agency is?
Ma'am BP Sara po.
Yes. Secretariat, please, our disbursement voucher. What we will be flashing, Ms. Acosta, is our disbursement voucher dated December 20, 2022. Do you see your signature in the document?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please direct us where signature is? Would I be correct? It is at the bottom left,
Yes, ma'am.
which
Yes.
means that you were the one who received the check
Yes, ma'am.
with the number 244027. This is December 20, 2022.
Yes po.
Across your signature is your name, Gina F. Acosta.
Yes, ma'am.
You confirm this?
Yes, I confirm po.
Just for the record, Ms. Acosta, do you confirm the authorship of this signature appearing in the disbursement voucher? Perma niyo po ba ito?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And since you were the one who received the disbursement voucher, it is understandable that the check is issued to your name.
Yes
Tama
po.
po?
Tama po, ma'am.
Can we flash the check? Secretariat, please. Would you confirm to us that this is the check that corresponds to the last quarter of 2022?
Yes, ma'am. I confirm.
Yes. What did you do with this check, Ms. Acosta? Ano pong ginawa niyo sa checking ito?
Pag tinatawagan na po ako ng aming cash division na okay na po yung cheque sa
Sandali po. Sino po yon?
cash division po
Cash division po ng
ng Office of the Vice President.
Office of the Vice President. The check is in your possession already. Nasa inyo na pong pangangalaga. Ano pong ginawa niyo dito sa cheque na to?
Magpa-encash po sa Land Bank.
Nagpa-encash sa Land Bank. San po ba particular branch nyo in-encash itong cheque na to?
Sa Land Bank Show.
Land Bank Show Boulevard.
Opo.
Can you please read the amount indicated in the check? How much is this check?
125 million pesos po.
And can you please enlighten us? Kailan niyo po ba ito in-encash?
December 20, 2022.
And that is the same date as the issuance of the check.
Yes, ma'am.
Mabilis lang ho ba maggawa ng cheque sa inyo? Mabilis lang po ba?
Sa tingin ko mabilis kasi andyan naman agad ang cheque po.
As a matter of fact, ma'am, the date of the disbursement voucher, the date of the check, and the encashment of the check are the same. That is December 20,
Yes,
2022. And please walk us through. Paano ho ba ninyo ginawa itong encashment ng checking ito? Medyo nakakapaisip lang po considering the huge amount equivalent of this check, 125 million. Physically, napakahirap po nitong bitbitin. Tama po ba, Miss Acosta?
tama po, ma'am.
Kayo po ba'y may kasama when you did the encashment of this check?
Meron pa akong kasama, ma'am.
Sino pong kasama nyo?
Si Asik Limuel Ortonio po.
Asek Limuel Ortonio. Do you confirm that he is the same Assistant Chief of Staff?
Yes, ma'am.
Aside from Asek Ortonio, may kasama pa po ba kayong iba?
Wala na po.
Kayong dalawa lang po.
Yes po.
At saan nyo po nilagay itong perang ito after the check was encashed?
Nilagay po sa 4 na traveling bag.
Paano nyo po ito nabitbit?
Pagkatapos po, kung ang pera po ay nasa 4 na bag, tinutulungan po kami ng security guard ng Land Bank na isakay po sa sasakyan.
Okay, from Shaw Boulevard, saan nyo po dinala itong perang ito?
Sa office namin po, sa OVP office.
Sa OVP, was it your office or was it the office of the Vice President?
Meron po akong isang office doon na nakalagay po ang aming vault.
Gaano po ba kalaki yung inyong vault?
Mga 4 feet, tapos 3 po.
3
Opo.
na 4 feet na
Opo.
vault.
Yes
Balikan
po.
ko po yung bag na na-mention nyo kanina. Can you please describe to us? Gaano po kalaki? Anong itsura ng bag? You said there were 4 bags where you placed the entire amount of 125 million.
Yes po. Color black.
We are showing this Jim duffel bag. Is it similar to that, ma'am?
Dako pa, anak, ma'am. Mas malaki pa nito, ma'am.
Mas malaki pa po dyan. Yung bawat bag ho na mas malaki pa dyan, gaano po ang laman?
More than 30. 30
So
M.
the 125 million was divided into 4 bags. One bag is 30. How about the second bag?
30 po.
30 also. The third bag is?
Minsan po, ma'am, more than 30 po.
A little more than
Oo,
30.
30.
And the fourth bag is more than 30 also.
Oo.
The total of which is 125 million. Ilan ho ba security guard yung tumulong sa inyo?
Nung nilagay na po ang pera sa bag, 2 pong security guard ng Land Bank po.
Land Bank Show Boulevard.
Opo.
Tanong, Miss Acosta, hindi po ba kayo natakot magbitbit ng ganito kalaking halaga na pera? Considering the possibility na baka ma-hold up kayo. Remember, you're covered by a fidelity bond.
Yes,
And
po.
one of the reasons is the possibility of losing this huge amount of money.
Yes, ma'am.
Bukod po ba kay Mr. Ortonio, sino pa po bang kasama niyo sa sasakyan?
Driver po.
So there were 3 of you only.
2 pong sasakyan, ma'am.
Two drivers?
Opo, isa po ang nagda-drive sa akin, isang sasakyan. Tapos isang sasakyan po ang sinasakyan ni Asik Ortonio.
And were you seated, so you mean you are seated on different cars?
Yes, ma'am.
Yung isang sasakyan, ang kasama nyo po'y driver lang, and the other car, Mr. Ortonio and the driver.
Yes, ma'am.
Balikan ko po yung question ko, Ms. Acosta. Hindi po ba kayo natakot, ninervyos, nag-alala? This is 125 million.
Natakot po, ma'am. Kaya nagpasama po ako kay Asik Ortonio po.
And do you believe that Asek Ortonio has the capability to secure not just you, but even the 125 million?
I believe po kasi lalaki naman po siya kaysa babae ang ikasama ko. Nag-convoy po kami, ma'am.
Yeah, usually, ang mga hold-uppers po, may mga barel. Tama po ba?
Yes
Si
po.
Mr. Ortonio po ba, does he have a firearm also?
Hindi ko po alam, ma'am, kung may dala siyang baril.
Then
ma'am.
what gives you the confidence na pagkasama nyo si Asek Ortonio, okay na kayo?
At least 2 sasakyan po, ma'am. Hiwalay. At least kung maano man, ma-hold up man, meron pang isa. Yan po ang nailagay sa isip ko, ma'am. Kaya takot.
So, ibig sabihin, ma'am, during the time that you were encashing the check, you are entertaining the possibility na baka kayo ma-hold up. That's why you said, kung ma-hold up man yung isa, may tirang isa. Do you confirm that?
Yes, ma'am. Yan po ang nasa isip
Miss
ko.
Acosta, kung ganun naman pala, na iniisip nyo na yung possibility of hold up, bakit hindi po kayo nagsama ng mga taong makakatulong nyo to secure the huge amount of money? Kayo po ba'y ilan doon sa OVP? Wala po bang security guard doon or security officers or perhaps the member of the security team of our Vice President who could have helped you secure this huge amount of money?
Meron naman po kaming security, ma'am. Pag dating namin sa office, nakaabang na po ang kung sino po yung in charge o sino po yung naka-duty na BPSPG po, ma'am.
But of course, you will agree with me that the danger lies not only at the entrance, not only at the bank, but in the entire thoroughfare leading to your office of the OVP. Tama po ba?
Yes po, pero
Balikan
dasal
ko po
ako.
yung tanong ko kanina, Miss Acosta. Ang sabi niyo po kanina, iniisip niyo na habang nag-encash, kung ma-hold up yung isa, may tira pang isa. Bakit hindi po kayo nagdala ng security to help you secure the huge amount of money and even your life, Miss Acosta? Of course, we're watching news, di ba? Cellphone lang, namamatay na. Small amount of money lang, namamatay na. How much more this 125 million pesos, which apparently do not belong to you, but belong to the government?
Kasi ang driver po namin, ma'am, ay member po siya ng BPSPG.
The
Isa-
driver is a member of the VP
SPG.
SPG, and you believe that being accompanied by that driver is enough for you to secure that money.
At that time, yan po ang
Yun po
nasa
iniisip
isip
nyo.
mo. Opo, ma'am.
Okay. Kanina po nabanggit nyo, tinutulungan kayo ng mga security guard.
Opo, ma'am.
In what sense? Ano pong tulong ang ibinibigay sa inyo ng mga security guard ng Land Bank?
Pag ano po, pag ang pera nasa land bank na, pag karga po from land bank to sasakyan, sila po ang
Ang tulong po nila sa inyo ay para lang sa pagkakarga ng pera.
Yes, ma'am.
From the teller's counter papunta sa
Sasakyan.
sasakyan.
Opo, ma'am.
Naalala niyo po ba kung sino itong mga security guard na ito?
Hindi ko maalala, ma'am, pero
Do we have representative from Land Bank here?
Yes, they're present. May we invite the representative of Land Bank to please take a seat in front.
Kaya lang, iba na to. Iba gusto mag-testify. Sino? Show Bolivar. Kasi baka ano yun, that is OVP 2. Mr. Chair, I wish to direct my question to Land Bank. Kasama po ba natin yung teller na nag-assist kay Miss Acosta? And I assume that...
Comsec,
Mr. Chair,
nakapag-vote na ba sila?
may iba yata tayong mga resource persons na bago. Maybe we can request that they take their oath, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, yes, in the morning, Your Honor. Administered already.
Okay, all of them? Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Jinky,
may we direct a question to the Land Bank Show Boulevard manager?
sino po ang Land Bank? Could you please state your name?
Your Honor, good afternoon. I am Violeta Constantino, the former branch head of Shaw Boulevard branch. I already retired from the service last January 2, 2024.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Would you confirm, Miss Land Bank Manager, that you were still there when Ms. Acosta did the encashment of 125 million check on December 20, 2022?
Yes, Your Honor.
And of course, this is a huge amount of money. I'm inclined to believe inassist po ninyo si Ms. Acosta. Did you?
Ang ibig niyo pong sabihin ng paglabas po ng pera
Inassist
outside
in
the bank
number one,
premises?
preparation of the cash, because during the previous hearings, it was testified to already that there is a limited amount of money that is being kept in your vault. But this is 125 million. So by inassist, number one, ma'am, nag-provide kayo ng sufficient amount of money to be able to support the encashment.
Yes,
And
Your
number
Honor.
two, since this is ample bundles that you have to organize in releasing the money, I suppose that there are people who assisted her also at Land Bank Show Boulevard, and even in putting all these luggages, these bags, in the cars or vehicles of the OVP. Did you provided all those assistance? Yes or no? Yes or no, ma'am?
No po.
No.
May I...
So, can you please enlighten
explain
us?
po?
Kwentuhan niyo po kami. Ano pong klaseng assistance ang binigay niyo sa OVP?
Your Honor, upon release po ng teller sa payee, bali po binibilang po yon by bundle, and then po nilalagay na po nila sa mga bags nila. So hindi na po namin nabibilang yon kung ilan po
Sino pong naglalagay sa bags?
ang payee po.
Payee.
Opo,
Can you
Your
still recall kung ilan po ba yung nandoon who were putting all these bundles inside the bag?
Hindi ko na po ma-recall, Your Honor.
Do you recall Ms. Acosta?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you recall Mr. Ortonio?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay. So, after they placed all these bundles inside the 4 black bags, ano pong sunod na nangyari, or should I say, ano pong assistance ang provide nyo sa kanila?
Sa pagkakaalala ko po, may tumulong po sa kanila na ilabas po yung cash within the bank premises po.
And can you please be specific? Sino po bang tumulong sa kanila?
Hindi ko na po rin maalala, Your Honor. Kasi
Hindi
that
nyo po
was-
maalala?
Hindi na po. Kasi-
At least can you tell us, ito po ba empleyado ng Land Bank o mga kasama po ba nila sa OVP?
Definitely po, yung minention po ni Miss Gina Costa, hindi po security guards.
Hindi po security guards.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, you maintain your position, hindi tinulungan ng security guards ng Land Bank sina Miss Acosta
Yes,
sa
Your
paglalagay ng 4 bags inside their vehicle.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish to go back to Miss Acosta. Can you please turn on your microphone?
Ma'am, yun po ang maalala ko na tumutulong po yung dalawang guards ng land bank.
But we have the manager here, and she's saying that the security guards of Land Bank never assisted you in putting all those bags inside your vehicles.
Yun po ang maalala ko, ma'am.
Let's go to disbursement, Ms. Acosta.
Yes po.
I have another question for the bank manager. Ma'am, by policy, because you maintain your position na hindi tumulong ang mga security guard sa pagkarga ng mga bag sa sasakyan nila, Ms. Acosta, you said that.
Yes, Your
By
Honor.
policy po ba, inaalaw po ba talaga ang mga security guard to help the clients carrying these bags?
No, Your Honor.
That is a matter of policy.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if the security guards will help the clients in carrying these bags contrary to your policy, ano pong mangyayari sa security guards?
Matatanggal po siya sa ano niya.
And
sa
I
pay-
suppose that they're very much aware of this.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Would you know, ma'am, kung sino po itong mga security guards who were duty during the time?
May kasama po kami ngayong isa po.
May we know the name of these security guards?
Si Head Guard Nino Bora po.
Nandito po sila ngayon, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you please identify yourself, yung mga security guard po na nandito?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I'm Nino Bora, security guard from Sio Boulevard Branch.
How many security guards do we have here?
Your Honor, I'm Crisanto Lorena from different branch, from DepEd po.
From different branch. Okay. We have one.
So Nino Bora was the security guard at Shaw Boulevard Land Bank on December 20, 2022 when Ms. Acosta encashed the 125 million check. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo po ang duty nung mag-encash si Ms. Acosta.
Ako po yung duty pero hindi ko po maalala si Miss Acosta kasi normal po na maraming nagwi-withdraw po.
May naaalala po ba kayo na nung December 20 may tinulungan kayong kliyente para bitbitin ang bag?
Wala po.
Wala. Are you aware of that policy as shared by the bank manager? Alam niyo po ba yung polisiya ng bangko na ang mga security guard ay bawal tumulong sa pagbitbit ng bag?
100% po, yes.
100% you are aware.
Opo.
At kung humingi po ba sa inyo ng tulong, kunyari lang, si Ms. Acosta, pakitulungan mo nga ako, bitbitin natin itong bag, ikarga natin sakyan. Tutulungan niyo po ba?
Hindi po.
Ano pong dahilan? Bakit hindi?
Kasi po yun yung utos ng aming manager po.
Because it is bawal.
Opo.
And if you go against the policy, what will happen to you?
Matatanggal po kami sa trabaho na.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to go back to Ms. Acosta. Ms. Acosta, this is 125 million. After encashment, you brought all of this to your office where you said you have 3 volts, 4-footer, 3 volts. Tama po ba?
Tama po, ma'am.
Okay. Magkano po kaya ang laman nung isang 4 feet na volt?
Magkakasya po ng 40 M.
40 M?
Opo.
Ang isang 4 feet?
Ang isa, magkakasya po ang 40 M.
Kasya.
Opo.
Sikip, sakto.
Sakto-sakto lang po.
Sakto po. So kung meron po kayong 3 volt, nung wala pa po ba itong 125 million na ito, wala bang ibang laman yung 3 volt nyo?
Wala pa po kaming vault nung wala pa kaming confidential funds.
So kailan lang po kayo nagkaroon ng confidential fund?
Year 2022 po.
Last quarter of
Yes po.
2022.
Yes
And
po.
would you confirm, kaya lang po kayo nagbumili? Tama po ba yon?
Yes,
Kaya lang po
ma'am.
kayo bumili
Yes,
ng
ma'am.
3
Yes, ma'am.
na tig 4 feet ang laki
Yes, ma'am.
na volt ay bilang paghahanda dito sa inyong confidential fund.
Yes, ma'am.
Sabi niyo po kanina, ang isang vault ay naglalaman ng 40 million.
Yes po.
Tatlo po yung vault. That will be equivalent to 120 million.
Yes po.
Saan niyo po nilagay yung labis na 5?
Pinagkasyahan ko po yung...
Siniksik nyo na po.
Oo, ganyan, sinisiksik.
Siniksik nyo na. And then, since part of your job as a special disbursing officer is the disbursement of this amount, please enlighten us. Paano nyo po ginastos, ibinayad, inirelease itong 125 million pesos?
Ganito po ang nangyari, ma'am. Nang ma-encash na po ang kwarta, ang pera ay ang cheque, nag-inform po ang aking head of agency na i-release ko po sa aming security officer. So while on the way na po ako papuntang office, I called up the security officer informing him na na-encash ko na po ang cheque.
You informed the security officer?
Yes po, ma'am.
Can you please mention the name of the security officer? Si Colonel Nolasco din ho ba yan?
Hindi po, ma'am.
Sino po yan?
Si Colonel Lachica po.
Colonel Lachica. Can you
Opo.
please enlighten the committee? Sino po ba si Colonel Lachica?
Si Colonel Lachica po ay, siya po ang ground commander ng aming BPSPGs na na-assign po sa Office of the Vice President.
Okay. So you informed Colonel Lachica that you have encashed already the check.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
about the physical handing of the money? Kailan po nangyari yan?
December 20 din po.
Magkano po ang binigay nyo kay Colonel Lachica?
Binigay ko po sa kanya lahat ang 125 million po.
At saan po dinala ni Colonel Lachica?
Yan ang hindi ko na alam, ma'am.
Sandali lang po. Anong oras po ba kayo nakabalik sa OVP?
Mga around 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Opo.
How long did it take you to be able to organize the 125 million inside the 3 vaults?
Actually, ma'am, hindi ko pa po nalagay sa aking vault. Kasi pagtawag ko kay Colonel Lachica na na-encash na po ang cheque.
Kanina po sabi nyo, pinagsiksikan yung 125, di ba?
Hindi po, ma'am.
You said that.
Ang interpretation ko po noon, ma'am, kung na-encash ang cheque, saan ko ilagay. Pero on that withdrawal, ma'am, tinawagan ko agad si security officer.
Okay, so you are saying now that the money were never placed inside the 3 vaults. Yun po ba gusto nyo sabihin?
Yes, ma'am. Yung withdrawal na po yun, ma'am.
Okay, sabi nyo po 4 p.m. kayo nakabalik ng OVP. Kung hindi nyo po pinasok dito sa 3 vaults, saan nyo po nilagay?
Doon po sa isang office po na nandoon yung vault. Pero hindi pa nailagay sa vault. Ang bag nandoon lang
Kanino
sa
po
office.
bang office yung tinutukoy nyo? Is that your office?
Extension office ko po, ma'am, na ako lang ang may susi.
Extension office, kayo lang ang may susi. Okay. You just place them on the floor? Ganun ho ba yun?
Pinasok ko, ma'am, sa floor kasi nagsagot man agad si Colonel Lachica na coming siya. Kasi
Okay.
dyan naman lang siya sa kanilang opisina.
Saan po ba ang opisina ni Colonel Lachica?
Yung sa Camp Aguinaldo, yung kulay blue.
And how close is this to the office of the Vice President, ma'am?
Siguro mga 20 minutes o 30 minutes
20
makarating
minutes
na siya.
drive. Kung kayo po ay nakarating dito sa OVP at around 4 p.m. at pagkatapos nyo pong dumating, nilagay nyo sa extension office just on the floor, the entire 125 million, hindi nyo pinasok sa vault, anong oras naman po dumating si Colonel Lachica?
Mga 4:30 po.
4:30.
Yes po.
At ano pong ginawa nyo dito sa pera pagdating ni Colonel Lachica?
Nagpunta po kami sa office na yon, i-open ko yung office, tapos nirelease ko sa kanya ang 125 million at pinareceive pinareceive ko siya sa kanyang, may listahan po kasi siyang binigay po sa akin, ma'am, considering na kami po ang gumagawa ng physical and financial plan. After mga 2 weeks, nagbigay na po siya ng advance copy ng kanyang request for funding. Ang tawag ko noon, listahan ng kanyang object of expenditures po.
Listahan ng
Object of expenditures po.
object of expenditures.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So ito pong listahan ng object of expenditures ibinigay sa inyo ahead of your encashment.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you please enlighten us? Kwentuhan niyo po kami. Ano pong nakalista dun sa object of expenditures, please?
Object of expenditures, programs, ano po, identify po yung mga programs or ano ang gawain niya. Tapos with
Ano po yung mga
corresponding
programs, Miss Acosta?
Example po, yung program ng purchase of information, payment of rewards, na may kaakibat na po na
You
amount.
must be referring to the accomplishment report, Miss Lachica, Miss Acosta.
Yes po, yun po ang binigay niya sa akin, ma'am.
Pag sinabi niyo po bang object of expenditure, ang tinutukoy niyo po ba accomplishment report?
Dili, ang
Yes or no, ma'am? Pag sinabi niyo po bang object of expenditure, are you referring to the accomplishment report?
Yes po.
Yes. Eh, paano po kayo nagkaroon ng accomplishment report? Kaka-encash niyo pa lang.
Yun po ang binigay niya sa akin, ma'am. Kasi yung pong mga identified na object of expenditures, yan po ang ginagawa niya doon sa pag-implement po ng confidential
I
programs
understand,
and
Ms.
design.
Acosta. But if you will tell us that that object of expenditure pertains to the accomplishment report, I hope you are reminded ang accomplishment report po ay saka ginagawa kapag fully implemented na lahat ng programs. Now, this brings us to a bigger question. Kaka-encash nyo lang? May accomplishment report na agad kayo? How can this be possible, Ms. Acosta?
Hindi pa po yung final na accomplishment report, ma'am. Ang basis ko
So,
lang po yun kung magkano po
Ilang
ang
klase
i-release
ho
ko sa
bang
kanya.
accomplishment report tayo meron? Isang final at isang hindi final? Is that what you want to tell us?
Yung binigay po niya sa akin is for me lang po at sa kanya. Para lang sa aming dalawa, ma'am. Hindi po yun yung final na accomplishment report after the implementation of the program under confidential funds po.
Okay, if you are saying that this is not yet final, then walk us through, enlighten us, narrate to us, ano ho bang pagkakaiba nung sinasabi niyong hindi final doon sa final?
Ang amount po, ma'am.
Amount?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, can you please be specific? Because we have here an accomplishment report for the last quarter of 2022. And since kayo naman po ang gumawa nito, and you prepared already for this hearing, I suppose, you are aware by heart kung anong laman ng accomplishment report na ito. Ano pong pagkakaiba nung hindi final sa final?
Yung amount po, ma'am. Example, yung payment of rewards.
Okay.
Tapos, yung...
Ano po yung hindi final na amount?
Yung amount...
Okay, to guide Miss Acosta, Secretariat, can we please flash the accomplishment report for the last quarter of 2022? At kung may sinasabi po kayong accomplishment report na hindi final, will you be generous enough to share it with us?
Wala po akong dala ngayon, ma'am.
Yes, but for the next hearing, will you be willing to submit it to the committee?
Yes po.
Yes. Okay. Ms. Acosta, we have here the final, I suppose, because this was provided by the COA, accomplishment report for the last quarter of 2022. Ang sabi nyo po, sa amount lang kayo nagkakaiba.
Yes po.
Can you enlighten us? Bakit po nagkakaroon ng disparity sa amount?
Kasi po, example po yung payment of rewards, ma'am. Ang nilagay, hindi ako makakita.
Secretariat, can we provide instead a copy? You were pertaining to payment of reward. Ang nakalagay po dyan is 10 million.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano po bang nakalagay doon sa hindi final?
Ang nilagay lang po niya doon is 8 million po.
Okay. How about the purchase of information?
So far, ito lang po ang aking maalala, ma'am. Ma-confirm ko sa'yo na 8,000 lang po ang proposed object of expenditure na binigay sa akin ni Sir Lachica.
Ms. Acosta, with your object of expenditure, would you confirm with me na kung anong items ang nakasulat sa object of expenditure, yun din po ang nakasulat dito sa accomplishment report. The only difference is with respect to the amount. Tama ho ba?
Tama po.
Tama. At ang inyo pong sinusunod ay yung object of expenditure na binibigay sa inyo ni Colonel Lachica. Tama din po?
For releasing po.
For releasing.
Opo.
But nevertheless, who prepared the object of expenditure?
Si Sir Lachica po, ma'am.
Sir Lachica. Kung si Sir Lachica po ang gumagawa ng object of expenditure at yun po ang sinusundan nyo sa pagre-release ng confidential fund, tama po bang sabihin na si Colonel Lachica ang nasusunod sa preparation ng accomplishment report?
Yes po. Pag binigay niya sa akin ang final na accomplishment report po niya, ma'am, after po, maubos na ang pera at na-implement na niya lahat ng maayos ang activities.
I will remind you of your answer, Ms. Acosta. Ang sabi niyo po, si Colonel Lachica ang nasusunod sa preparation ng accomplishment report. Tama po?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. I wish to direct your attention to the left bottom portion of this accomplishment report. It says, prepared by Special Dispersing Officer Gina F. Acosta.
Yes po.
Is this not contradictory to what you said na ang nasusunod ay si Colonel Lachica?
Pag final ko nito, ma'am, gibase ko po to sa binigay ni Sir Lachica na final accomplishment report. So, kinokopya ko lang po.
Ibig sabihin, kayo po ay tagagawa lamang ni Colonel Lachica.
Hindi naman po.
So, ano pong ibig sabihin nyo? Na ang sinusundan nyo ay kung anong gustong ipalagay dito sa accomplishment report, which is based on the object of expenditures provided by Colonel Lachica.
Ang nilagay po niya sa object of expenditures po, ma'am, ay in connection na po sa aming prepare ng financial and physical plan po. Kasi kasama ko po siya paggawa ng financial and physical plan.
Financial and physical plan. Sino po bang gumagawa ng financial and physical plan?
Ang nagdra-draft po, ang nag-prepare ako po at si Sir Lachica.
Okay. Ano po ba ang trabaho ni Colonel Lachica? Malapit na po akong malito. Malapit ko na pong isipin ang disbursing officer ay si Colonel Lachica.
Hindi po.
What is the designation of Colonel Lachica, please?
Siya po ang aming security officer.
And a security officer, ano ho bang trabaho ni Colonel Lachica? Is it her job to prepare the financial plan?
Hindi po.
Is it her job to prepare the accomplishment report?
In the financial po, siya po ang magbibigay sa akin ng information or guide kung ano po ang magiging confidential activities po in relation sa confidential funds po na gagamitin.
I hope you realize, Ms. Acosta, that you are the special disbursing officer.
Yes po, ma'am. Alam ko po.
And part of your job is to prepare the financial plan.
Yes po.
As a matter of fact, the financial plan does not bear at all the signature or the name of Colonel Lachica.
Yes po, pero sa kanya po ako humihingi ng inputs or information with regards to the implementation of all the projects included under confidential funds po.
If you're asking for the possible program, subject of expenditure, is it correct to say that you are soliciting some information only and not necessarily the one working with you in the preparation of financial plan? Magkaiba po yon.
Ang hinihingi ko po sa kanya, ma'am, is ano po, mga inputs po or guidance in preparation for the financial plan, especially related po sa confidential activities po.
Ms. Acosta, do you understand your job as a special disbursing officer?
Yes, ma'am.
This is very significant job
Yes, ma'am.
because it entails so much trust and confidence.
Yes po.
Because you are the one in charge of taking custody of the huge amount of money. Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
As a matter of fact, to ensure the fidelity of this money, nire-require pa kayo ng fidelity fund, bond. Tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why do you keep on pointing to Colonel Lachica?
Kasi siya po ang may alam kung i-implement na po yung mga project under confidential plan funds.
Who will be responsible in case this money is misappropriated? Who will be responsible in case this money is lost? Who will be responsible in case this money went to the wrong person? Sino po ba ang magiging responsable?
Ako po.
Because you are the special disbursing officer and not Colonel Lachica.
Yes po.
Let's go back to the question. 125 million po yun. You were saying, ang object of expenditure is similar to the accomplishment report. The only difference is the amount.
Yes, ma'am.
Enlighten us. Ano ang laman ng object expenditure totaling to 125 million, reason why you fully turned over the entire amount?
Ang laman po ng binigay niya sa akin ng object of expenditures ay yun pong pamaraan kung ano ang ginagawa niya.
Can we please be specific? We're talking of huge amount of money, Ms. Acosta. This is 125 million. Of course, you realize the significance of this amount. And being the special disbursing officer, hindi mo ito basta ita-turn over kung hindi mo nakikita na well-tallied yung object of expenditure that you are referring to. Tama ba?
Yes, ma'am. Pero may information na po ako na pag natanggap ko ang pera, ibigay ko po sa security officer namin.
Even without the object of expenditure?
Meron po.
Okay, let's go back to your object of expenditure. Kasi ako, Ms. Acosta, if I am the custodian of 125 million and I was directed to turn over this to a certain person, I will be very careful to make sure that whatever's in the list tally to the entire amount of 125 million. Now tell us, ano ang laman ng object of expenditure?
Ang laman po ng object of expenditures ay yun pong mga expected expenses sa pagpatupad po ng confidential activities.
I know. Can you please state the item? Kanina po, ang sabi nyo, purchase of information, payment of reward. Ituloy nyo po yun. You even said that sa payment of reward, hindi nasunod yung 10 million. So magkano po ang nasunod?
Ito na po akong placement report na final, ma'am, yung gi-attach ko po sa liquidation report.
Okay. So, are you changing your answer now? Kasi kanina po ang sabi nyo, object expenditure is not yet final. Accomplishment report is final.
Yes po. Yes po.
So, are you
Iba po
referring
sila.
to two different documents, object expenditure and accomplishment report?
Yes po, yan po ang
Dalawa.
gusto kong iparating po.
And you were saying, ito na nga po yun. Ano bang ibig sabihin when you said, ito na nga po yun? What do you mean by that?
Ang binigay po sa akin ni Sir Lachica, hindi po ganito ang forma, ma'am. Simple lang po, ma'am.
Okay.
Para basis po ng aking release ng pera
Let me
para
go
sa
back
kanya,
to your
ma'am.
answer a while ago. Ang sabi niyo po kanina, Ms. Acosta, parehas ang items, the only difference is the amount.
Opo, pero hindi po ganito, ma'am. Simple lang po, ma'am.
Yes. Enlighten us. Magkano ang nakalagay sa purchase of information?
Less than 14 million po, ma'am.
Less than.
Opo.
Can't you remember the amount?
12 million po.
12 million. Payment of reward.
Ito po yung 8 million, ma'am.
8 million. Rentals.
Rentals of safe houses. Ito po ang malaki, ma'am.
How much?
Ito na po ang amount na nabigay niya sa akin doon sa kanyang
How much, Ms. Acosta?
16 million po.
16.
Opo.
Purchase of supplies.
Malaki po ito, ma'am. Nagiging 37 po.
37. Payment of incentives. No. Provision of medical and food aid.
Di ko na to maalala, ma'am. I'm sorry po, ma'am. Basta
Hindi mo maalala.
Basta yung tinali
Payment
po,
of incentive.
11 po.
11. Would you know whether this amounts would total to 125 million exactly?
Yes, ma'am. Gitotal ko po yun, ma'am. 120 million po.
You were able to check if the items and the amounts provided in the object of expenditure total to 125 million. You checked that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tanong, Ms. Acosta, what gave you the confidence? Ano ang nagbigay sa inyo ng lakas ng loob na ibigay ang buong 125 million kay Colonel Lachica, considering that he is not the accountable officer because it is you who is the accountable officer.
May approval po kay Ma'am Inday Sara.
And without the approval of the Vice President, will you give that to Colonel Lachica?
Hindi po.
Do you know Colonel Lachica?
Yes po, kasi siya po ang aming ground commander
How
ng
long
DPS.
have you known Colonel Lachica?
Yung na-employ po ako after 3 months, yung na-employ po ako sa OBP, ma'am.
How long have you known? Since 2022?
Yes po, ma'am.
Do you trust Colonel Lachica?
I trust Sir Lachica kasi ginatrust po siya ng aking head of office na si
In
Ma'am
other
Inday Sara.
words, the only reason why you are giving your trust to Colonel Lachica is because of the instruction of the Vice President.
Yes,
Tama po
ma'am.
ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Without the instruction of the Vice President, you will never give the entire amount of 125 million to Colonel Lachica.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you realize also, Ms. Acosta, that as disbursing officer, there is a rule under PD 1445, bawal i-transfer ang disbursement sa ibang tao.
Pero ang boss ko po kasi ay si Ma'am
Please
Inday.
answer the question, ma'am.
Yes,
Under PD 1445, unauthorized transfer of disbursement is prohibited. Are you aware of that?
yes, ma'am.
And what you did is an unauthorized transfer. Tama po?
Yes po, ma'am, pero may...
In other words, you are liable for the unauthorized transfer of that money which is due for your disbursement. Tama po?
Tama po, ma'am. Pero
Are you aware also that kung ito pong perang ito ay mapupunta sa mga hindi matitino na government officials at gagamitin for purpose other than its confidential purpose, you can be held liable for
Yes po.
malversation of public funds by negligence.
Yes, alam ko po, ma'am. Pero nanaig po ang aking belief na may trust po ako kay Lachica dahil po authorized po siya ni Ma'am Sara Duterte.
And are you aware also that what Colonel Lachica did is he usurped
Ano po?
your authority as Special Dispersing Officer? Ang ginawa po ni Colonel Lachica ay pinakialaman na yung trabaho na dapat ay sa inyo. We call that usurpation of authority.
Kasi po wala po akong alam kung paano po i-implement ang mga confidential activities po, ma'am. Si
Bakit
Sir
po-
Lachica lang po ang may alam.
Sandali po, bakit po wala kayong alam? You are the Special Dispersing Officer. You prepare the financial plan. You are a signatory in the disbursement. You prepare the liquidation. You certify. You prepare the accomplishment report. Bakit wala po kayong alam?
Wala po akong alam sa pag-implement po ng confidential activities po. Dahil po, hindi ko po yan inline sa aking pinag-aralan, ma'am.
But as the Special Dispersing Officer, of course you realize you have the function of disbursing the fund.
Yes po, pero may utos po sa akin na ibigay po kay Colonel Lachica kasi siya po ang expert, siya po ang may kaalaman kung paano po i-achieve ang mga confidential activities na safely and hindi po magulo.
Would you know, Ms. Acosta, kung saan po dinala ni Colonel Lachica yung 125 million?
Di ko po na po alam, ma'am, kasi sa kanya na po yung discretion kung
Hindi po niya discretion yun,
ay,
ma'am.
sa kanya na po yung
Please
trabaho.
understand, kayo po ang Special Dispersing Officer. You're supposed to be the person doing the payment of this amount to various payees. Hindi po ito discretion ni Colonel Lachica, ma'am. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ano nga po ulit trabaho ni Colonel Lachica?
Siya po ang head ng aming BPSPG at siya po ang inatasan as security officer po ng Office of the Vice President.
And of course, you will agree with me, iba po ang trabaho ng security officer sa trabaho ng Special Dispersing Officer. Tama po ba? As a matter of
Yes,
fact,
iba
kaya
po.
po kayo'y banded. Kaya po kayo nire-require ng Fidelity Fund is to take care of these public funds. Si Colonel Lachica po ba? Covered po ba siya ng Fidelity Bond?
Hindi po, ma'am.
I don't think so because it's not part of his job to disburse public funds.
Pero siya po ang may alam, ma'am, lalo na pag-implement sa mga confidential activities po, ma'am. Just like surveillance and monitoring po. Kung okay po pa dyan, itayo, example, yung satellite office.
Even when he is aware of the implementation of the surveillance activities, you, as a Special Dispersing Officer, should be the one actually paying all the recipients. Do you understand, Ms. Acosta?
I understand po, ma'am.
Then why did you give all the money to Colonel Lachica?
Because po may utos po si Ma'am Inday Sara na sa kanya ko po i-release. Kasi siya po ang nakakaalam kung paano po i-implement ang mga programs and activities in line po sa confidential fund. Siya
Okay.
po ang surveillance and monitoring po. Sa kanya po yun, wala po akong alam.
Ms. Acosta, I hope you realize that it is incumbent upon you as the Special Dispersing Officer to know all the recipients of the entire 125 million. And it is totally wrong to say na wala kayong alam. Because in the first place, trabaho nyo po to to disperse these funds to the various number of recipients. Let us proceed to liquidation report. Secretariat, kindly flash the liquidation report. What is the purpose, Ms. Acosta, of the liquidation report?
To liquidate the funds granted on confidential funds po. Ililiquidate po.
Ililiquidate, and by liquidate, we need to gather proof that indeed the entire amount was utilized for the intended purpose. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
What is your participation in this liquidation report?
Yung binigay na po sa akin ni Sir Lachica ang acknowledgement
Ms. Acosta,
receipt.
please be directed to the left bottom part of the liquidation report.
Correctness of the above data po, ma'am.
Do you understand what that means?
Yes po, ma'am.
Ano pong ibig sabihin nun?
Na ang pundo po ay nagamit ng maayos sa pamagitan po ng pagkuha ng mga acknowledgement receipt po na galing po kay Sir Lachica.
You mentioned about acknowledgement receipts. Pag-usapan po natin yan. As a special disbursing officer, part of your job is to certify the correctness of the above data, and that includes the acknowledgement receipts that you mentioned. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on examination, Ms. Acosta, mayroong 700 na acknowledgement receipts. May signature, pero walang printed name. In other words, we could not hold anyone accountable for the given amounts. What can you say about that? 700 mahigit na acknowledgement receipts, may signature, pero walang printed name, so you cannot tell who the recipient really is. Do you think, given that situation, you certified the correctness of the data?
Kasi
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe that that is correct? Hindi
Yes.
mo alam kung sino ang recipient?
Kasi yan po ang binigay sa akin ni Sir Lachica, ma'am.
Again, please be directed by the certification at the bottom right of this document. Gina Acosta, certifying to the correctness of the above data, and that data includes the acknowledgement receipts. How did you certify correct the 700 plus acknowledgement receipts which bear unreadable signatures and does not bear the printed name of the recipients? Tama po ba yun?
Sa paningin ko, ma'am, ang maka-answer po ng maayos ay si Sir Lachica po, ma'am.
Sa paningin niyo po bilang Special Disbursing Officer, tama po ba na ang acknowledgement receipt ay wala kang pagkitaan ng pangalan? Tama po ba yun?
Kasi po ang alam ko
Please
po,
answer the question, Ms. Acosta. I believe that the question is answerable by yes or no only. Kayo po ang Special Disbursing Officer, and you said from this liquidation report, I'm certifying to the correctness of the above data. 700 plus acknowledgement receipts with signature, unreadable, and without printed name. Tama po ba na i-certify na tama yung 700 mahigit na acknowledgement receipts na yon? Tama po o mali?
tama po, ma'am.
Tama?
Yes po, ma'am.
Kahit wala pong pangalan?
Kasi po, ang makasagot po niyan ng maayos, ma'am, pwede po si Sir Lachica.
Okay, let's do this by way of hypothetical question. Kayo po ang accountable disbursing officer. Ibig sabihin, kayo po ang may pananagutan sakaling mawala, may mangyaring hindi tama, dito po sa 125 million. I hope you anchor your answer on the fact na kayo po ang mananagot doon sa 125 million as a special disbursing officer Tama po ba nag-release kayong pera? Tapos yung acknowledgement receipt, walang pangalan ng recipient. Tama po o mali? Kung kayo po ang mismong magre-release ng pera, kayo po ba'y papayag na walang printed name ang acknowledgement receipt?
Pwede po, ma'am, itanong po kay Sir Lachica po. kung
No,
ano
the
po ang
question,
nangyari.
Ms. Acosta, is hypothetical, no? Kung sakali lang pong kayo mismo ang nagbigay dun sa 700 na tao yon, kayo po ang accountable dispersing officer, papayag po ba kayo na yung 700 na yon, tatanggap ng pera, tapos hindi nyo alam kung anong mga pangalan nila? Yun po ba ay tama o mali? You said already that it was Colonel Lachica who did the disbursement. Naintindihan ko na po yun.
Opo, ma'am.
Pero ang sitwasyon po natin ngayon, let us assume na kayo ang magre-release ng pera. Papayag po ba kayong mag-release ng pera na hindi sinusulat yung printed name ng pagbibigyan nyo ng pera?
Siguro po, nangyari po yun dahil po sa voluminous na transaction, ma'am.
Ms. Acosta, the question is answerable only by tama o mali. We are talking about 700 plus acknowledgement receipts. May signature, walang printed name, walang pagkitaan ng pangalan ng recipients. Kung kayo po ang magre-release nito, papayag po ba kayo na walang printed name ang tumanggap?
Hindi po, pero depende po sa sitwasyon,
You have
ma'am.
given your answer already. Ms. Acosta, let's proceed to the next category of acknowledgement receipts. Mayroon naman pong 300 plus. May signature, may printed name, pero hindi naman mabasa yung printed name. In other words, wala din pong pagkitaan kung sino ang recipient. Again, on the assumption na kayo po ang magre-release ng perang ito sa recipient, papayag po ba kayong i-release itong perang ito na hindi nyo nakitang nakasulat ang pangalan ng recipient?
Nag-trust po ako kay Sir Lachica, ma'am.
Ms. Acosta, let us answer the question po. I understand na ang sabi niyo po si Colonel Lachica ang nag-release.
Yes po.
On the assumption only, kunyari lang po kayo ang magre-release. Andyan yung recipient. 300 mahigit po to. Papayag po ba kayo na hindi nyo mabasa ang mga tunay na pangalan ng pinagbibigyan nyo ng pera?
Kung ako po ang nagbigay, hindi po ako papayag.
Hindi kayo papayag. Now, let us go to the acknowledgement receipt with the recipient whose name is Mary Grace Piatos. Do we still have that slide, Secretariat? Can we please share it? I wish to believe na nakita nyo na po ito during the previous hearings. Again, hypothetical question ulit. Kung kayo po ba ang magre-release ng pera to a name, Mary Grace Piatos, kayo po ba ay papayag?
Papayag po ako, ma'am. Meron naman pong Piatos na apelyido.
Do you know Mary Grace Piatos? Do you know Mary Grace Piatos?
Wala po. Hindi ko po siya kilala, ma'am.
But you said na papayag kayo kasi may apelyidong Piatos. Saan ho ba kayo nakakita ng apelyidong Piatos?
Meron po sa amin sa Davao, ma'am.
Meron po na apelyidong Piatos. I will be interested to know, Ms. Acosta, kung sino po yung mga taga Davao na may apelyidong Piatos. But do you honestly believe na meron pong Mary Grace Piatos?
Yes, ma'am. Sa Davao po meron.
Meron.
Opo.
Bakit po kaya hindi siya lumulutang? I am reminded by the pledge of I believe the young guns, who contributed money to raise 1 million, asking Mary Grace Piatos to come out to the open. Bakit po kaya walang lumulutang? If indeed mayroong Mary Grace Piatos sa Davao.
Kasi po, nagbibase lang po ako sa binigay po ni Sir Lachica na mga binalik
Ms.
niya sa
Acosta,
akin.
kindly answer the question po. Ang sabi niyo po kanina, mayroong Mary Grace Piatos.
Piatos po ang sinabi ko, ma'am, na apelyido.
Nonetheless, kayo po ba'y naniniwalang mayroong Mary Grace Piatos? In the first place, kayo po dapat kaharap nito eh. Dahil kayong special disbursing officer. But you kept on claiming that you handed the entire amount to Colonel Lachica. Kaya hindi nyo alam kung ano nangyari dun sa pera. O ito na po ang consequence. Ipinagtiwala nyo ang disbursement sa hindi naman accountable officer. How will you answer now to that acknowledgement receipt? Paano nyo po ngayon ipapaliwanag yan? Kayo po ang accountable officer and you're bound to explain who is Mary Grace Piatos.
Hindi po talaga ako maka-explain yan, ma'am, kasi hindi po ako ang nagpapipirma po, ang nag-execute po ng acknowledgement na yun, ma'am. Si Sir Lachica po.
You said ang nag-execute po ng acknowledgement ay si Sir Lachica. Sino pong pumerma dyan?
Siya lang po ang makakaalam, ma'am.
Si Colonel Lachica lang ang nakakaalam.
Yes po, kasi siya po ang nag-execute ng acknowledgement receipt po.
Ms. Acosta, ako po'y gusto ko pong maawa sa inyo kasi while you entrusted the entire amount of 125 million to Colonel Lachica, who is not an accountable officer at all, I hope you realize, kayo po ang mananagot sa buong 125 million. Are you aware of that?
Yes, ma'am. Aware po ako.
Balikan ko po si Mary Grace Piatos. Anchoring my question on your statement na may mga Piatos sa Davao City. In spite of the pledge of 1 million by young guns, kung talaga pong may Mary Grace Piatos, I believe 2 weeks na ang nakaraan, but wala po kayang nagpapakilala na Mary Grace Piatos.
Piatos lang po ang sinabi ko, ma'am. Hindi
Ano po
ako
yun?
Piatos lang po na apelyido ang sinabi ko.
Yes, but you said that there are Piatoses in Davao City. May mga Piatos sa Davao. Kung hindi nyo man po talaga personally kilala that certain Mary Grace, bakit po kaya walang lumulutang kung talagang may Mary Grace Piatos, magkakaroon ho siya ng 1 milyon na walang kahirap-hirap? Would you agree with me if I would say? The reason kung bakit walang lumulutang ay dahil wala naman talagang Mary Grace Piatos. Tama po ba?
Hindi po ako maka-say ng yes or no, ma'am, kasi si Sir Lachica po ang nag-execute po, ang nagpapapirma po ng acknowledgement
Ms.
receipt.
Acosta, I'm not asking you about the personality of Mary Grace Piatos. This is a hypothetical question again. Having stated na may mga Piatos sa Davao and considering na nag-pledge ng young guns ng 1 million, tatanggapin ni Mary Grace Piatos. The only condition is magpakilala siya. Ako si Mary Grace Piatos. Tama po bang sabihin na kaya walang lumulutang na Mary Grace Piatos ay dahil ang totoo, wala naman talagang Mary Grace Piatos? Tama po o mali?
Yun po ang answer
Tama
ko,
po
ma'am.
o mali, Ms. Acosta?
Siguro, tama po yun, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's proceed to that acknowledgement receipt with the name Kokoy Villamin. Sino po si Kokoy Villamin?
Ganun pa rin, ma'am. Di ko po siya kilala.
Secretariat, please flash again the AR.
Natanggap po lang galing kay ano.
Mr. Chair.
Madam Vice President.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Acosta has been crying since this hearings started because of her fear and a lot of other things. Can we just give her some air?
1 minute suspension is declared by the chair. Congressman Marcoleta, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know that our rules of procedure in aid of legislation includes suppletorily the use of the rules of court. Under the rules of court, Your Honor, which are the rules being used in the courts of law, hypothetical questions are not allowed to be asked. Are we supposed to insist on asking hypothetical questions?
Could you please be specific, Congressman Marcoleta?
It's very specific, Mr. Chair. The witness is being asked hypothetical questions. These are disallowed in the courts of law. If you're using the rules of court suppletorily, what is the purpose of asking hypothetical questions?
Under our internal rules, the rules of procedure governing the proceedings before the Committee on Good Government under Section 16, it provides that rules of procedure and evidence in any meeting of the committee, the rules of evidence prevailing in courts of law or equity shall not be controlling, and the committee shall use every and all reasonable means to ascertain the facts in each case speedily and objectively without regard to technicality of law or procedure.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we're talking of facts.
All in the
We're
intent.
not talking about hypothetical situations here. We're not supposed to be getting facts out of speculations. We cannot speculate on the questions that should be asked and answered. This will not benefit the committee, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Noted, Congressman Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair.
Please
Mr. Chair.
continue with the...
Mr. Chair.
Congressman
Dagdag lang po na
Manuel.
response, Mr. Chair, since always po ini-invoke na kung ano yung dapat na conduct ng committee, ano yung bounds ng mga discussions natin. Mr. Chair, again, ang ginagawa po natin ay in aid of legislation at hindi po tayo makakagawa ng mga batas, hindi natin maaral yung pwedeng maging mga batas kung hindi natin pag-uusapan yung mga posibleng scenarios kahit hindi pa nangyayari, Mr. Chair. We can't have good laws kung hindi natin pag-uusapan paano yan pwedeng ipatupad, paano yan pwedeng maabuso, which means yung nagiging line of questioning na ating colleagues are essential to the conduct of our proceedings sa komite. Ilang, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, this is the problem of non-lawyers. They insist on something that should not be done.
Noted,
Thank you.
Congressman Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Yes, Madam Vice President.
Can I answer as head of agency of the
Ano
Office
po,
of the
Madam?
Vice President? Can I answer as head of the agency of the Office of the Vice President as well?
With respect to the...
To the comment manifestation of Congressman Marcoleta, sir.
No, you are not allowed. Please continue, Congresswoman Luisto.
Ms. Acosta, ano po ba ang nararamdaman nyo? Of course, I'm concerned about you. Ano po yon?
Nanginginig po, ma'am.
Bakit po kayo nanginginig? Bukod po sa nanginginig, ano pong nararamdaman nyo? Hindi naman po ako sumisigaw.
Kasi po, wala po talaga akong alam kung sino po yun, si Kukoy Villamin, si Grace Piatos po. Kasi po, si Sir Lachica po ang nasa ground po. Siya po ang nagpipipirma. Nag-base na lang po ako sa binalik niya sa akin na acknowledgement receipt po, ma'am.
Pero ma'am, I hope you acknowledge na yun pong sinasabi niyong ginawa ni Colonel Lachica. Yun po'y trabaho niyo as a special disbursing officer.
Yes, ma'am. Pero may utos po ang aking boss, ma'am, na i-release ko po kay Sir Lachica, ma'am.
I heard you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We will just proceed with the question. Tell me pag hindi nyo na po kaya, I will stop. Ano po? You just answer from what you believe is true to yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Punta po tayo kay Kokoy Villamin. Do you know this person?
Wala po talaga akong alam, ma'am.
Wala po kayong alam.
Yes po, ma'am.
Surname Villamin. May kilala po ba kay sa Davao na Villamin?
Wala po akong alam, ma'am. Wala po akong kilala, ma'am.
Okay. So you cannot answer with respect to the identity of this Kokoy Villamin. Mr. Chair, do we have the NBI here as well as the PSA? They are not yet here.
Not yet here.
But I believe that
We have submitted the acknowledgement receipt. In process daw po.
okay. Ms. Acosta, do you confirm that the 125 million for the last quarter of 2022 was utilized from December 21 to December 31 as stated in the records?
Yes, ma'am. Based po sa binigay sa akin ni Sir Lachica
Okay.
na accomplishment report at saka acknowledgement receipt po.
Ms. Acosta, this is 125 million spent in, I believe, 10 days nga po ito eh. Hindi 11 days. Kasi under the law, when we count, we exclude the first, we include the last. So if we count from December 21 to December 31, this will be equivalent to 10 days. Tanggalin po natin yung sinasabi ni Chairman Acop na holiday, 3 days, in other words, 7 araw na lang po. Can you please enlighten us? Paano po kaya naubos, naibayad, na-disburse ni Colonel Lachica yung buong amount ng 125 million in 7 days?
Ma'am, hindi po ako makasagot niyan, ma'am. Kasi hindi po ako ang naggastos. In reality po, ma'am. Si Sir Lachica po ang may alam, ma'am.
Ma'am, you were the special disbursing officer of Davao from 2019 to 2022. And then you became the disbursing officer of the OVP. So kagaya po ng sabi nyo kanina, you have mastered already the process of utilization of confidential fund. Isang tanong lang po, posible po ba ito na ang 125 million ay magastos sa nalolooban lamang ng 7 weekdays?
Hindi ko po alam, ma'am. Kasi hindi po ako ang personal gastos
Ms.
po sa
Acosta,
pera, ma'am.
the question is based on your experience as SDO. Sabi niyo po kanina, 3 years kayong naging SDO ng Confidential Fund in Davao City. You even said you have mastered already the process of utilization. Ayon po ba sa karanasan ninyong yun po bang 125 million? Kaya po bang gastusin yun sa loob ng 7 weekdays, araw na may pasok lamang? Base po sa inyong karanasan, kaya po o hindi?
Hindi ko yan masagot, ma'am. Kasi hindi po ako ang nag-disburse na 125 million, ma'am. Si Sir Lachica po, ma'am.
Ms. Acosta, our question is based on your experience.
Hindi po ganun ang confidential fund sa Davao, ma'am. Hindi po ganun kalaki, ma'am.
In other words, ayon po sa inyong karanasan bilang confidential fund ng Davao 2019 to 2022, hindi kaya gastusin ang 125 million in 7 days. Tama po ba?
Hindi po ako makasabing tama, ma'am, kasi hindi po ganyan ang confidential fund sa Davao, ma'am.
Ma'am, the question is based on your experience. Kung ito po ba'y dadalhin natin doon sa sitwasyon nyo bilang SDO ng Davao, kaya po kaya yun? Gagastusin?
Hindi ko masagot, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us proceed to the certification. The Secretariat, please flash. May we know, Ms. Acosta, who prepared the certification? Secretariat, please flash the document. May we know who prepared this certification, Ms. Acosta?
Ako po, ma'am.
Kayo po. You confirm the authorship of the signature above the name Gina F. Acosta sa inyo pong perma ito?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes. And the document says, on the first paragraph, we certify that the amount of 125 million was incurred in connection with safe implementation of OVP initiatives and confidence building. Ms. Acosta, ano po ba yung confidence building?
Yan po yung isa po yun sa programa ng OBP na kung paano po ma-implement ang isang programa na maayos po at safety po.
Yun po ba ang ibig sabihin ng confidence building?
Yan po ang pagkaalam ko, ma'am.
Can you explain further? Pag sinabi po bang confidence building, ano po bang ibig sabihin nun? Is it synonymous to confidential activities? Pares po ba iyon?
Pwede po mag-ask ako sa aking lawyer, ma'am.
Yes po.
Mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para sa mga susunod na video updates. Maraming salamat po.